Oxygen is essential for life, and haemoglobin, the pigment in our red blood cells, carries it around the body. We become anemic if the concentration of haemoglobin in our blood falls beyond a certain level, and the vast majority of patients on an intensive care unit become anemic very early in their critical illness. Currently, we measure haemoglobin using its concentration in the blood, but you can also use its mass. And it might actually be better to measure the total haemoglobin mass, rather than the concentration. And this is because total haemoglobin mass is a much more accurate way of tracking total oxygen carrying capacity, as it's unaffected by plasma volume, which can change dramatically in the operating theatre or during a critical illness. Also then we can measure exactly how much blood someone might have lost so that we can give it back to them in the correct amounts. Right now it's possible to do this using a method called the optimised carbon monoxide rebreathing technique. However, this requires a person to breathe in a small amount of a special gas mixture, including carbon monoxide, and holding their breath. But the amount of carbon monoxide actually used is very small, and we have an experienced research team who have used this technique many times before. Also, this method has been used in elite athletes for several years as a measure of athletic ability and endurance. And now Professor Grocot's team, alongside researchers in London and Germany, have worked out a way to use this technique when people are on a ventilator, in the ICU, and even in the operating theatre. So we are carrying out experiments on healthy volunteers to assess whether this is possible on patients. We're assessing whether we can use this test twice in one day, so it involves testing someone, leaving some time for the gas to wash out of the blood using exercise training or oxygen, then retesting them. So if you are between the ages of 16 to 70 years old and are interested in taking part in this project, please contact us for more information. This involves testing on 3 separate days, and you'll have a small cannula placed in you for blood samples to be taken, but you'll be reimbursed for your time.
Created using Powtoon.